Goods and wares of all kinds, and all can be yours.
Hello? You!
What?
I've been looking for some more merchandise to buy. What do you have?
Tools, wares, and here.
Let's see it. What's that?
Oh, but this is dangerous business.
How much?
No, I don't think you need this here.
I can pay 5 gold septims.
For that price? Sure, but I'm warning you. It is spicy. Fuck. The streets of Paris, streets on that game. No, she that bitch said she got sweet throat. So I gave her that sweet meat. I gave her that not meat. My gonna get funky. My spitting through in the bush. My things that you're partly. Long chilling between moon smoking sugar from heaven. My gonna send you back to school. I'm gonna teach you a lesson. Come take a look at these shiny.
What is welcome, my Deuterinos. Love you all. Doing good there, my dude. Doing good. Just trying to turn this down ever so slightly. I think we should be good. Yeah, and I am streaming at a slightly higher bit right now, and we actually have managed to upgrade ourselves, boys. We managed to transcend the realm and go all the way to a fat 3080 graphics card right now. It is truly a beaut. Go from a 1080 to a 3080. The difference in performance is just, it's so nice. The amount of extra headroom I have is so great. Because my CPU is decently overspec'd for what I do. 8 cores is pretty good, but like there's very few instances in which I use it. And now look at this. I'm only using 60% of my GPU, running this game at 4K with face rig in the background. Like, that shit's awesome. Oh, so good. Yeah, it's good to hear it in Discord. That's what it's for. I have it for many reasons. One of them is to post, inane rants that mean absolutely nothing. On the other side of things, it's a great place for me to annoy you with my links to my stream. Isn't that absolutely fan-freaking-tastic? I know y'all love it. On a side note, there was a recent Gordon Ramsay tweet here that kind of disgusted me, and I kind of want to show you guys. I know it's not relevant to anything we're doing here, but it kind of is. Because look at this heinous shit here. He's trying to this is, extremely appetizing pizza here with just super gourmet recipes and all that. And it's like, you want to try that again? Because not only is there a lack of sauce to the point where I can see the bread underneath the sauce, you are so stingy with the toppings, it doesn't even cover the sauce. Like, this is the saddest excuse for a pizza I have seen. Sure, it's vegetarian or vegan or whatever the devil that's supposed to be, but I'm more than certain someone could whip up a better pizza than that. Like, you have so much toppings available, and you do that? Like, why are you going skimpy? This is at a fancy restaurant in which this pizza would cost like $40 for a 9-inch pizza, when the average price is like maybe in the maybe $20 or $15 range. So this guy's probably already asking a huge premium, because if you're going to a restaurant that takes like 2 years to get into and you get this pizza, I would just be like, yeah, I ain't paying for this. Like, I'm eating wet cardboard here covered in a little bit of tomato sauce here. Like, you can get the same effect with this pizza, just like getting a can of portobello mushrooms, maybe a little bit of store-bought pesto, and like slapping it with marinara sauce on some hillbilly bread and throw it into a toaster for 2 seconds, and you'd probably have a more delicious entree than whatever this is. Make a stream of you making pizza. No! I cannot do that, for my panda hands do not have the ability to toss dough that fabulously. But I do appreciate your confidence in my skills. It's truly humbling. or something like that. But I'm just saying, this is coming from like a world-renowned chef that is super popular and all that, and all the tweets too were all roasting him. Besides the ones that are kissing his ass, like the ones everyone else is just like. Ugh. So no one else thinks his pizza is delicious except for maybe him, but I think we know he's just a bit crazy. I don't know. I thought I was crazy when I was seeing this. I'm like, there's no way in hell people are thinking about it this well. And then all of a sudden, oh, yeah, no, man, it's totally acceptable. Yeah, of course, man, nothing wrong with it. It's like, you guys are just kissing ass cheeks. Kissing so much butt cheeks right now. You're all lost in the sauce. Heinous. Y'all thirsty for, yeah, this little dude. Yeah. Besides that, I kind of also want to go over here about Crossout's changes. Downside, you're going to have to give me like 30 minutes to somehow grasp all of their news articles about the supercharged update because they decided to roll it out over like 17 different articles, and it's just like, I can't handle it, man. But first, we'll just go with the major article, and then maybe if we feel like it, we'll go from there. Who knows? But beyond that, if you're watching this lovely stream, then you must know that the lovely Crossout event has occurred and that drops are enabled. See, if you all don't know, drops are enabled right now going on from November 2nd to November 13th. Get an option to acquire all these lovely items here. Now, these have all come about in different drop events, so these are not unique items, but hey, at least you got some options here for items that you can acquire. Essentially, what you do is that you just enable your Drops account, watch an actual Twitch stream. You'll get cartridges, which then you can deposit into your account, and then use that to redeem whatever item you see fit on here. The short pink lamp, the pink lamp, the long pink lamp. I know, so exotic. And don't be afraid if you miss it either, to be fair. A lot of these items here have been kind of recycled a couple of times, so they're not terribly unrare, or they're in the marketplace, man. You'll be all right. Raka, I appreciate your opinions on culinary expertise here, but that pizza, even if you could taste the spatterings, the flickings of food they spattered on top of it, I guarantee you the only thing that is going to taste like is maybe one olive, and the rest of it is soggy tomato bread. I mean, pizza that sparse is a crime. It has to be an April Fool's joke, but the issue is it's in October or November or whenever they posted it. Somewhere around that time frame. It's way past the month of April. And it has ceased to be humorous. I don't know, man. Either way, beyond that, they also got ourselves a nice lovely update here going about the supercharged update, which actually has honestly just a whole host of things they've done to it. And so to go through it all, it's going to be a bit of an event in its own right. I'm pretty sure October Fools is just called trick-or-treating, but I don't feel very treated right now. Let me tell you what. So either way, oh god, they've always managed to like blast out a gargantuan bellowing of stuff here. But let's go ahead and take a look at the nice update here. You can see just all the visual changes here. They added in a collapsible bridge into that one map that I can never remember its name for the absolute life of me. But kind of neat that now the bridge collapses so that people actually go down the designated path they're supposed to. Although I'm curious how the AI actually interact with that, or if they just ignore it entirely and just go immediately down. But I got lens flare and bloom here. You can kind of see modulating how like you're seeing the camera around, you know, any sort of object with any sort of light to be emitted from it. So you kind of see some fringing around this little light bulb here as it's passing by. Very nice, blowing out the sensors. Local reflection on the water. Not only can you see the text, but you can see the neon lights in the background here. Looking oh so pretty. Although for whatever reason, the update itself also seems to kind of give like the whole game a slight purplish bluish hue to it for some reason. Like I noticed that even when you're in the game itself, like it almost seems to have a slightly blue effect to it. Wow, the FPS on that car has to be so high. That is the smoothest I have seen it in the garage. Oh, that frame rate must be uncapped. There is no way it should be that smooth. It might be hard to see it on your screen, but this feels like 200 FPS right now. But yeah, local reflection looking oh so pretty. And see it's enabled on everything. Even weapons have a nice little reflection on it. Contact shadows around all your lovely grasses, your details, your environmental objects. It's kind of hard to actually see it because it goes by so quickly. Like they just splatter it on screen and then just like refuse to show it. You got nice, lovely shadows there along all these nice little objects. Looking beautiful. Seeing the details of the guns in the background. Oh, looks so nice. But these contact shadows are actually different than the traditional shadows because I believe the shadows, they say, were some different type of means of actually casting it. And so this one just essentially has more light bounces, and it does it, I think, in real time. So it looks a bit more dynamic. Global illumination, I have no idea what this means. All I know is it makes the game look pretty. But the thing is, unless you have a side-by-side comparison, it's kind of hard to actually tell. Motion blur, ironically enough, motion blur is actually not something a lot of people actually like because it makes the game almost seem a bit jarring. Like everything smearing in the background when you're going in high-paced action. Not really ideal, especially in a game where you're doing high speed, like drive-bys and things like that. Not ideal. Looks like you got new effects here. Now the car actually leaves behind a little bit more wreckage. Different explosion here slightly. There's also a different sound associated with it. But I also don't want to play the music here for the slight copyright potential issue. Who knows? But you can see the actual effects in the cars right there. Complete difference to what it used to be, which is just kind of like a few parts exploding, and then the car would disappear. Actually having some rummage left behind is kind of cool. I am a big fan of that. Now, if they could actually make it like block roads or things like that, that I could actually see being really cool, similar to what I think World of Tanks does. That'd be very nice to see him. But very nice. Just showcasing the more or less visual changes coming with Crossout. Although the global illumination, I actually do kind of want to know about that because I have no idea about everything else. At this point, a rendering has been used. Simplified ambient lighting algorithms precisely accounted for direct light and light sources, while direct light was modeled approximately. The indirect propagation of light is now simulated considering the surrounding geometry. So in addition to direct light, the reflected light and diffused light from various surfaces and extended light sources, high radiating, reflecting surfaces, shading massive objects and buildings, etc., will appear. This improvement will noticeably enhance the image quality in low light and fully shadowed areas, and it'll become more three-dimensional and textured. It'll be reflected instance lights, reflex from surrounding objects. Okay, so just essentially more kind of, how would I say, realistic shadows and kind of just how light interacts with objects, essentially. Which I really prefer that old post they had where they actually showcased, here's what it like with global illumination turned off and turned back on. Like, that would be a really good way to actually see it. So, that'll be kind of nice.